Blood and sand, the gladiators of Rome. Imagine a roaring crowd. The sun is hot, beating down on the ancient Colosseum. Thousands of people are cheering, their voices echoing through the massive stone structure. In a huge arena, two gladiators are fighting, their muscles straining with every move. They are armed with swords and shields, their faces set in grim determination. This was the exciting and dangerous world of Roman gladiators, where every fight could be their last. Gladiator games were a major part of Roman life for centuries, drawing crowds from all over the empire. People were fascinated by these warriors and their fights, captivated by the spectacle of combat. The history of gladiators is full of stories of courage, skill, and tragedy, each one more compelling than the last. These men, and sometimes women, were often slaves or prisoners of war, forced to fight for their lives. They fought to the death to entertain the Roman people, their struggles a brutal form of public amusement. In this essay, we will step back in time to understand these ancient warriors, exploring their lives and the legacy they left behind. From slaves to stars, who were the gladiators? Roman gladiators were more than just fighters. They were symbols of strength, courage, and the power of Rome. Most gladiators started as slaves or prisoners captured in war. They were sold to special schools called ludi, where they trained to fight. However, not all gladiators were forced into the arena. Some were free men who chose this dangerous life. They were attracted by the fame, the thrill of combat, and the chance to win money and glory. Successful gladiators could become very famous. They were like the sports stars of today. Their names were known throughout the empire. A gladiator's life training and daily routine. Life as a gladiator was tough and demanding. They lived in barracks with strict rules and harsh punishments. Their days were filled with intense training. Gladiators had to be in top physical condition to survive in the arena. They trained with experienced trainers, called lanistae. They learned how to use different weapons and fighting techniques. Their training included physical exercises, combat drills, and even learning how to die bravely in front of the crowd. The food they ate was designed to make them strong. They needed to be ready for the day they would enter the arena. Section 4. Masters of Combat, Different Types of Gladiators. There were many different types of gladiators in ancient Rome. These warriors were not just fighters, they were entertainers, trained to captivate the audience with their skills and bravery. Each type had its own unique weapons, armor, and fighting style. This diversity made the games more exciting and unpredictable for the spectators. Some popular types included the Murmillo, the Retiarius, and the Thraex. Each of these gladiators brought something different to the arena. The Murmillo was a heavily armored gladiator who fought with a sword and shield. His armor was designed to protect him in close combat, making him a formidable opponent. The Retiarius, on the other hand, was lightly armored and used a net and trident to trap his opponent. His agility and speed were his greatest assets in the arena. The Thraex was a fast and agile fighter, armed with a small sword and a curved shield. His fighting style was both defensive and offensive, allowing him to adapt quickly during combat. Gladiator fights were not just random brawls. They were meticulously planned events, with each gladiator playing a specific role. They were carefully staged spectacles. The organizers ensured that the fights were thrilling and engaging, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. Each fight was like a different story with its own heroes and villains. The narratives created through these battles were as important as the combat itself, adding a layer of drama and intrigue to the spectacle. Section 5. More than just games, gladiators, and Roman society. Gladiator games were more than just entertainment for the Romans. They were a spectacle that captivated the masses, drawing people from all walks of life to witness the brutal yet thrilling combats. They were a central part of their culture and society, reflecting the values and priorities of the Roman world. The games were not just about the fight, they were about the display of strength, courage, and endurance. The games were a way for the emperors to show their power and generosity to the people. By sponsoring these events, emperors could gain favor and demonstrate their ability to provide for the public. They were also a place where social boundaries blurred. In the arena, the distinctions between rich and poor, noble and commoner, were momentarily set aside. For a few hours, slaves could become heroes, and emperors could be entertained by commoners. The arena was a place where the usual social order was upended, if only temporarily. The roar of the crowd, the clash of steel, and the thrill of victory or defeat created an atmosphere unlike anything else in the Roman world. It was a sensory overload that left a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. The legacy of the gladiators continues to fascinate us today. Their stories have been immortalized in art, literature, and film, capturing the imagination of generations. Their stories remind us of the power of spectacle, the brutality of ancient Rome, and the courage of those who fought and died in the arena. The gladiators' legacy is a testament to the enduring human fascination with strength, bravery, and the struggle for survival.